Welcome back to another episode of Dad on Money. I'm Stephen Williams, and I'm a financial advisor, and I own the accounting firm, The Small Business Accountants, and we're here to help you achieve your financial goals and protect your finances as well. Today's episode, we are going to be talking to you adults. Now, what's the difference between a young adult and an adult? Not 100% sure. Might be a state of mind, but if you never grow up, that's okay. But you still need to budget. You still have to budget regardless, whenever it is. Even if you never want to grow up, because guess what? If you never want to grow up and you want to do all these extreme sports and stuff, you still got to budget the money to be able to do that stuff. So, as an adult, I want to help you look at this and see how you want to budget. So, you've got your income coming in. Great. That's an easy number. What else do you have coming in? Maybe you have GST and things like that from the government, potentially. Then what? Savings. Right, you got it, because you've seen the other episodes. Savings. Savings is the next thing. What are you saving for? Do you already have a house? Are you saving for retirement? Are you saving for an emergency fund for repairs on your house? Are you saving to pay the deductible for the insurance that you have on your house or car? So those types of things you need to look for to save so that you have them in the future, so that when there's a huge hailstorm or a tornado or a tree hits your car or whatever it is, that you have the deductible saved up to be able to go, oh, okay, here's the $1,000, $500, whatever it is. After your savings, look at what your expenses are. What does your entertainment look like? What do you like to go do? Do you like those extreme sports? Bungee jumping, cliff diving, parachuting, whatever it is. What does that look like? How are you going to supplement that if you don't have enough income? So you want to make sure that you've got the income there to be able to do those things. If you don't, maybe you got to go back to school for a little bit to get that income. You don't want to touch the savings though, because you need that for later. Look at your expenses, adjust your expenses. If you are unable to make more, then you have to spend less. So what are your expenses? You may have a mortgage, or you have rent. You may have a car payment, or you've got an old car that you need to save up for car maintenance. You maybe have to buy a bus pass because you work on a transit line. You have your vehicle expenses, so that includes your insurance, your maintenance, your gas, all that stuff. You got food. Now, food is a big category because food is stuff that you buy and you make at home, and there's food that comes to your door, and there's food that you go out and get, and there's food that you sit in a restaurant to eat, and there's food that you partake of while you're at an entertainment venue. So do you categorize that all up in one, or do you break it all down so that you can see, preferably you break it all down, so that you can see where maybe you need to cut back on? So have a look at that stuff, go through what you spend your money on, categorize it, not as a whole, because I've seen people go, here's my income, here's my expenses. So what are your expenses? Well, that's just stuff I buy. Well, what do you buy? Bunch of different stuff. Well, break that stuff out so that you can see where or what you are buying to go, all right, maybe I should adjust some of this because maybe that's a little excessive. So have a look at that, analyze it. Your budget doesn't need to be stagnant either. It can change over time. Hopefully you're going to get a raise. That'll be good. So don't think of this as all doom and gloom. Analyze it, review it, change it, update it on an ongoing basis. Talk with friends. How much do you spend on groceries a month? Oh, I only spend $200. I spend $400. Why is that? Right? And just kind of look at that. Maybe they eat mac and cheese all the time. And maybe you're eating steak and lobster. So maybe you need to temper it a bit. But if it works within your budget, have at her. Have fun. Enjoy it. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. It just means you have to review it and analyze it so that what your future goals are, you're going to achieve them. As with all the saving talk in our budget series here, you want to focus on the goals. What are your goals? Whether they're today goals, tomorrow goals, or long in the future goals. Really focus on what those are, because that's what your budget is for. Your budget is that savings. You're going to spend money regardless. The hard part is that savings. So make sure you keep the goal in mind when you're saving so that you can achieve those goals and you can be happy about it.